My mom and brother took $47,000 from me over 5 years while playing victim, so I let their house of cards collapse. Now I own multiple properties and they're asking me to drop the fraud charges. Stop being selfish was the motto I was forced to live by since I was a child. When I was 9, I started a yard sale all by myself, selling every birthday and Christmas toy I owned, and I made just short of $100. I thought my family would be proud, but when I announced it to everyone at dinner, my mom only asked, "How much is being given to your brother?" My brother was 8, but she made me feel guilty, so I gave him $20. I thought he'd give me a thank you, but the mofo just looked at mom with this "I'm waiting" look, so I wound up giving him $80. On some level, I knew it wasn't fair, but still I gave it to him. All I wanted was my mom's approval no matter what. Now I'm 27 years old and last week, and I can now confidently say I'm financially stable. I got a bunch of zeros in my savings account and a 401k, which might not sound like much, but to me, an ex-shopaholic, it's a very big deal. And of course, I didn't want to be selfish. So at the last family gathering, I came with a very big announcement. This Airbnb expert at my job was looking for someone to invest in a house renovation with him, and in exchange, they'd receive 10 times the amount in passive income every year for the rest of their lives. I could have signed up myself, but I wanted to give the opportunity to Trent. On the way there, I kept telling myself that this was the last key I needed to prove that, once and for all, I was not selfish. But of course, my hopes were shattered, because when I got to my mom's house, Trent opened the door. "Did mom tell you my laptop broke a few months ago?" I stared at him blankly, and he just sighed. "Mom, I told you Maggie would forget to buy me a new MacBook." I heard footsteps, and suddenly my mom was beside him. They both stood with their arms crossed, and my mom told me that if I was going to be selfish and not buy my younger brother new things, then I didn't even deserve a nice job, car, or anything. And before I could explain why I came empty-handed and tell him about the Airbnb that would make him an extra $5,000 a year, he chimed in. "Maggie, I've always protected you at school. Remember the bullies?" I did remember, because he never let me forget. You see, in high school, I was tormented all day, every day. And one time my brother threatened them to stop, so they did. But it only lasted one day. Still, he raves about it to me and my mom, talking about it like he was a great Roman soldier. And I know this might sound pathetic, but I wasn't even angry. I just felt tears sting my eyes. My fingers clutched the brand new iPhone in my pocket that I had gotten for my mom, and as I was about to give it to them, they kept going. "You know your brother Trent just got fired from his role as cashier at the local Quick Check. 10 years of employment down the drain. How do you plan to support us during this?" In an instant, my sadness turned to anger. I stared at the entitled faces of my family. Not once during this whole ordeal was I invited inside. I thought about my friends' families that I had been introduced to, how they were always warmly greeted with a hug, never yelled at, never made to cry, never treated like the family slave. I took a deep breath and asked them if they had any gifts for me. My brother rolled his eyes. "It's always about you, isn't it, Maggie?" I kept a completely stoic expression while he retrieved it. The gift in question ended up being a discount coupon for a milkshake at Burger King. I'm lactose intolerant. Well, that was enough for me. I kept my gifts to myself and walked back towards my car. The second I turned the corner, I broke down. I thought back to all the times I gave into their BS demands, all the times I chose them instead of me. I think that moment was the first time I actually let myself feel angry, and for once, I wanted to do something about it. I turned the car around, left my mom's new iPhone in the car, and walked up the driveway. Again, Trent answered the door. "Glad you're done with your little temper tantrum. Now let me ask again. Where are our gift?" "Hey Trent," I interrupted. "Who pays for your phone bill?" "Mom's boyfriend," he answered. I knew he was confused. "What about your gas? Your health insurance? Who covers your weekend food deliveries? Or your premium coffee subscription?" The smirk was wiped from his face, and that's when my mom came. "Hey mom, who pays for your guy's rent? Who pays off the car insurance?" They both turned to look at each other, and had the "oh wait" look plastered on their faces. You see, I had previously told Trent that my mom's boyfriend was covering his payments, because I knew that would help him like him more. And when my mom was on the verge of kicking out Trent, I told her Trent was paying off the bills. I didn't even stick around to explain. I just left. And even though I felt like a badass, it was still really hard. So I spent the entire